Today we're going to be going over the top 5 mistakes that I see supply and demand traders making every single day and what's holding you back from being a consistently profitable trader. Let's get into it. Number 1 is going to be identifying and trading at strong quality zones, areas that have a very strong imbalance between buyers and sellers. Remember, guys, we are imbalanced traders here. We are looking for serious imbalance between the buyers and the sellers. So let me ask you something. If there is a serious imbalance between buyers and sellers, do you think prices will move in a slow grinding up or down process? Or do you think if there is a strong imbalance, prices will move very far and very rapidly? All right, it's going to move very far and very rapidly, right? If there is a serious imbalance, you're not going to have price slowly grinding up or slowly grinding down in price, okay? So remember, we are imbalanced traders. If we pop to sugar, this is my latest analysis that I have on one of my recent videos. Why have we been identifying zones like this? Okay, let's look. They have a very strong imbalance. This is one of the most common problems I see when people reach out to me on social media and they're like, hey, send me a trade review. And then they send me horrible zones that are slowly grinding up or slowly grinding down. And I say, get rid of that completely. And then I send them 2 to 3 of my trade reviews and I say, what do you notice about my zones versus your zones? And they always reply, imbalance. Your zone is so much stronger. It's like, yeah, that's what you got to be doing. We are supply and demand traders. We are looking for strong imbalances. So you guys really need to focus in on looking for very strong imbalances like this for demand or over here for supply. None of this, okay? None of this slowly grinding up, slowly grinding down. That represents balance. Number 2 is going to be failure of journaling your trades. This is just a common problem I see across the board, and it's a problem that I see when I reach out to people on social media and I say, hey, can you send me a trade review so I can help you? And they're like, I don't have a trade review. It's like, well, how do you expect to get better if you aren't taking your trades and you aren't journaling your trades after the fact, right? So here we go. We're going to pop into the Discord really quickly. And this is a guy, Marlon, all right? A common problem for him, he didn't even really trade the supply and demand methodologies, but he came to me for help because he was sabotaging his own trading by once he loses a trade and another trade, it's a horrible day. Then it's a snowball effect and he loses another trade and another trade, then he does bigger risk. So we evaluated all his trades, which was nice because he had it journaled. And I said, hey man, if you actually followed your rules, you'd be up 15% over the last 25 trades. It's like, keep doing exactly what you're doing, but we need to identify the trend of what's happening, of where you are losing your money. And it's as soon as you start losing 2 trades in a row, it's that 3rd and 4th and 5th trade is where you're losing 80% of your profits. So if we can stop trading after you lose 2 trades in a row, you will be profitable. You will be making solid money because your trading plan, your trading setup, everything about it is great. I don't need to change anything, but we have to eliminate this one rule that is sabotaging your own trading, and that is once you lose 2 trades in a row, you're done for the day. It's not a good trading day for you, and you might blow up your account because you typically have a pattern of you lose 2 trades in a row. You go on to take a 3rd and 4th and 5th trade, and you blow your account. He goes on to say, May was my best month, mostly part due to my journaling. That's awesome. Austin recommended to me after 2 consecutive losing trades to stop trading for the day as a day trader and for me to only focus in on my best quality setups. Had a limited amount of ammo per day. This was major for my trading. All right, that's awesome, right? And he identified 1 or 2 other things that he changed, and now he's doing really well. So now he said, I am now taking about 5 trades a week instead of 20. Currently winning 76% of my trades versus 44%. That's insane. That's insane. So this is why journaling is so important, because there was another guy who just uploaded his stuff and he was breaking down everything in his trading, saying, hey, if this happens, then statistically I will be a winning trade, or my trending trades versus my counter trend trades are a lot better. Like, this is all so important. What's the win-loss difference between the quality of a zone, a good quality zone, versus a poor quality zone? I don't want to show you it because it's his stuff and I don't think he wants it to show unless it's to the private group only, so I will respect that, of course. So that's why it is so important to journal your trades so you can go back, review, see what's working, what's not working, and then adjust from there. The next point, which will be my final one, but I'm going to merge it with this other point to call it kind of 2 points, and that's going to be no consistency and not a proper understanding of a trading strategy or methodology out there. You can't be consistent unless you have a proper understanding. If people come to me and they're like, why is the imbalance so important? Or what's the concept of supply and demand? Or why do we care about the take profit, right? There's a different belief system that a trader has when he goes through the gauntlet of reading a book, watching the videos, asking a trader, asking his mentor, or being surrounded around other like-minded traders, because they can all work together and come up with common solutions to their problems. But when you finally start trading and you start back testing, you start to notice key little differences in the methodology that you didn't understand before. And you understand why we are trading with the trend. You understand why we look for double confirmation and not single confirmation, right? There's a method behind the madness on everything, right? And so that trader that has that proper training and surrounded around other like-minded traders and actually being mentored by somebody, they have a different belief system and they have more confidence than if a trader is out there going blind on YouTube. Like here, let's go to YouTube. YouTube.com, how to trade supply and demand. Let's go like that. So you're going to get this guy on how to trade supply and demand, this guy who's smiling, making $66,000 multiple times on a single pair. Doesn't make any sense to me, but sure. Welcome to YouTube. You're going to get, my point is you're going to get, 20, 30 different views on how to identify and draw zones on supply and demand. I think you get it. And right, that's the problem as I see is there's so much information out there, it leads to information overload. But back to my point is there's no consistency in proper understanding of risk. Like, I don't think people understand the importance of taking the exact same trade setup again and again and again. And if you have 20 of the exact same trade setups taken multiple times, you can then review those trades. This is going back to journaling. You can then go back and review those trades and say, this is working, this is not working, right? The importance of consistency. This is just across the board. People are hopping from strategy to strategy, changing rule after changing rule after changing rule. And it's like, there's no consistency in this approach. How do you know that this was a really good setup, but you just changed the rule because you went into a 4-5 trade losing streak? Like, it boggles my mind. And so a better belief system will come from this is when you actually understand the methodology, the method behind the madness of why you're trading at certain zones that have strong imbalances, understanding the system, being surrounded around other like-minded traders, and so on and so on. Okay, these are the most common problems. So hey, if you guys would like to be part of the private group, you can head over down to moneyballtrading.com. That will be in the description below, where you can get your free training on the supply and demand methodology, as well as all my tips why 90% of the traders are losing money. But if you want to join the private group right away, head over to courses, and then you can join the Moneyball trading program right there, where my goal is to bring everybody consistently profitable in 90 days or less. We just had another trader get funded this week. Congratulations to him. I will have more about that next week. I will see you guys in the next one. If you guys want to reach out to me on social media at Moneyball Austin, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I really appreciate if you guys subscribe, like the video. Have any questions, let me know down below. Okay? Have a good one. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.